Is the Cleveland housing market cooling, or is it just catching its breath? Well, I'm about to show you what the June numbers are really telling us. What's up, guys? Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert right here in the Cleveland, Ohio area. And if you're looking to buy, sell, you're relocating, I help people just like you every single week. I have them reaching out directly to me, which you can contact me right here, or you could use the link in the description below. So what are these numbers really telling us? We're going to be going through Cuyahoga, Medina, Lorain, Summit counties, and then touching some of the hot cities in each one of those counties. So let's hop over to the computer and see what's really going on in this market. All right, here we go. Northeast Ohio market update, July 2025. What is really happening in the market? And as you see here, I got a county by county breakdown, and I even go into some of the more populated cities. So what we're going to look at, Cuyahoga, we're going to look at Medina, we're going to go into Lorain, Summit. Now, some of the big cities right now, Brunswick is a huge hotspot. Westlake, Avon Lake, Hudson, it's all up and coming, which is awesome. So the market pulse, inventory and buyer-seller activity. So as we are seeing with inventory trends, slight increase in available homes, but not enough to fully meet the demand, keeping the market competitive for buyers. We are hanging on to a very small amount of the seller's market. We're transitioning over to a buyer's market, much like a lot of the other major metropolitan areas throughout the country. Now, for buyers' behavior, they do remain active, but not have become more selective, scrutinizing value more carefully before making offers. This is so true. I'm seeing this happening with a few different of my clients currently, where they are trying to make the best decision. They're running more numbers more often. They're taking their time if they want to put in an offer, because one, they have it for the most part. Two, because of, economic situations with things. And three is just because the inventory is increasing. Now, as far as the mortgage landscape goes, rates are still holding around that 7%. It's, they're dropping. They're like 6.8. Some of it's over 7, but it's maintaining pressure on affordability despite the increased options. Now, why is that exactly? The interest rate doesn't really mean a damn thing. It's the price of the homes is what is crushing a lot of people. And is the value there? Yes, absolutely, because appraisers still have to appraise these homes if you're taking out a mortgage. Obviously, if you're cash, you're not getting it appraised typically unless you're paying for an outside appraiser to come in. But the appraiser still needs to, appraise the value. So no, they're not overpriced homes. I mean, they may be listed over what it's valued at, but that's up to the seller. That doesn't mean that it's overpriced per se. It depends on where it comes in at appraised value. And at the end of the day, it's just supply and demand 101, and it's the way consumer purchasing is. The buyer is going to set the price of these homes. It's whatever a buyer feels the value is what a home is going to end up selling for. But inventory is up, buyer activity is increasing. So we're trying to catch up a little bit here, but we are moving more into that buyer's market. Now, as we take a look at Cuyahoga County, we have year over year, there's 2.5% price increase. Days on market, they are taking longer. It's up 10.4%. And then above asking is 54%. So we are still seeing, that we are in a seller's market, but steady prices, slower sales. The key insight, it's still a seller's market, like I was saying, but patience is now required because days on market have increased. Strategic pricing is crucial as homes linger longer. And when we say strategic pricing, or pricing it right. With the way the market is, it's always going to be situational no matter what. It depends on your situation as a seller. But with the way the market is, pricing right might actually mean, in a lot of people's situations, pricing a little below what it comps at. That will get more traction. So you're going to have more traction. It's going to get you a faster sale. It could get you multiple offers, where some people are wanting to price it high and above, and it's sitting longer. So strategic pricing is more crucial than it has been in the past several years. Well-priced homes in desirable areas still commanding premiums, which we will get into Westlake, because that is one of them where there's still, a high demand for that area. So Medina and Lorain, buyer-friendly windows emerging. This is huge, especially for Medina County. So as we look, the median price, it's actually down 2.4% year over year. Days on market, we're lingering around 10, specifically for Medina County, which is up from 7 days year over year. Price dip creates opportunities for upsizers, first-time home buyers, though competitive properties still move quickly. We are seeing some homes that'll still sell the same weekend that it lists, but we're seeing a lot of homes that are taking a little bit longer to sell. It all comes down to that strategic pricing and the location. But Medina County is starting to come down on the median price, which is awesome. Lorain County, on the other hand, the median price is actually up 4.6% year over year. Days on market for Lorain County are 22 days. That's up 14 from 14 year over year. And then caution zone for sellers with longer market times. Patient buyers now have leverage and room to negotiate. So Lorain County, we're seeing that a little bit, edgier to a buyer's market. That's why the days on market are higher. That's why the buyers have a little bit more breathing room, essentially. And it's two different counties. So, Lorain County has Elyria, which is a heavy populated area. So that is going to affect different areas, where, Medina County is, a little bit laid back, eased. We got large cities, but population-wise is slightly different, which we will get into Brunswick here, and we're going to get into Avon Lake for Lorain County. And speaking of Brunswick, so Summit and Brunswick, they're balanced but competitive. Now, if we look at Summit County as a whole, median price is up 3.9% year over year. Days on market holding steady at 14. Healthy balance, steady growth, stable sales price. And it's still seller friendly, but no longer overheated. So Summit County is still thriving all around. The median price is up 3.9%. So we'll see how that starts to progress as we get into this second half of the year. As we jump to Brunswick, here is the big thing, because Brunswick is such a hot market. There's a lot of people that are trying to get in. The median price is down 2.2% year over year. That is awesome for people who want to buy in Brunswick. Days on market up slightly. We're sitting around 9 days on average, and it's continuing to be fast-paced market despite the cooling. That's because of the demand for the city itself. Price dip creates buyer opportunities. Every single time you see a price reduction, that creates more negotiating possibilities for you. That creates possibly great deals. Not Brunswick in particular, but I have seen some homes throughout Northeast Ohio where they've had a $65,000 price drop, $50,000 price drop. Excuse me. And we're not talking, million, $2 million homes. I'm talking, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 homes that are having these massive drops because the market is dictating multiple things, or the seller's getting a little antsy, or they're getting bad advice on it. With the way the days on market are, there's no need to panic until you are past that average day on market. Could be priced right. The way to figure out if it's not priced right is very simple. You just need to look at your showings that you're having on your house. There is 0 showings and it's been a week, 2 weeks. You are overpriced. Plain and simple. That's the quickest way to do it. If you're getting some movement, you're getting some showings, and there's still no offers that are coming in, it's not overpriced. It's just not the right fit, more than likely. Again, situational. Now, as we look at Westlake, the market's hot zone. So Westlake, it's booming. High-income relocation buyers are heading to Westlake. It is expensive to live there. You can purchase homes around $300,000, but taxes are pretty high out there. There's homes that are selling in just 7 days. That's down from 12. Average 101.5% of list price received. So it is going over asking by 1.5%. Prime time to list if you're considering selling. Why is that? That is because we are flipping to the buyer's market. And right now, if you live in Westlake, you have a home in Westlake, and you are considering selling, it's prime time right now because of how hot this area is. 7 days. It's actually down from 12 that it's selling in Westlake. That is crazy. And then you're still getting slightly above asking if it's priced right. If you're overpriced, you're not going to get slightly above asking. But as long as it's priced right, you are there ready to go. So if you live in Westlake and you need help with this stuff, just drop a comment down below. Let me know, and I can give you a fully detailed breakdown to your specific neighborhood, because it's hyper local, so we could break it down really well for you. Now, as we look at Avon Lake and Hudson, high prices, mixed speed between the two. So Avon Lake, median price is up 19.5% year over year. That is crazy. Days on market year over year, that's up 21 days from 5 last year. So a big increase there. So there's dramatic price increases, but buyers showing hesitation. Market shifting from sprint to a marathon pace. And it's because of the price points. That being up 19.5%, you're getting into higher price points. Avon Lake has extremely high priced homes. Some of them are into the millions, but not all of them, obviously. But it's typically higher priced homes that are out there. That is a smaller buying pool than the average. So it's naturally going to take a little bit longer, but people are also being more hesitant with spending their money. Now, as we look at Hudson, the median price, $552,000. That's up 6.2% year over year. Days on market are actually down to 16 days from 18. Why is that? Strong demand in this education-focused community. Hudson schools are highly sought after. It's probably the most sought-after school in Summit County when it comes to the school district. So Hudson is always very hot of a market. There's people that want to get into Hudson for the school systems, but not only the school systems, but also the established neighborhoods and the little downtown area that's right on 91 through the heart of it. It's amazing little area, and they do so much there. But the neighborhoods are well maintained, they're well kept, and you could have a variety of home prices and selections throughout that city. So both these, they're hot spots for sure. Two different locations, similar pricing. You'll see a little bit more higher priced in Avon Lake, into the the luxury kind of million plus You'll see a little bit more up there just because of where it's at and its location, but both of them have great schools. Both of them priced pretty similar for homes with the wide range. And you'll have older, you'll have newer in both locations. So what this means for you buyers, be ready to move fast, especially in hot markets like Westlake and Hudson where homes sell within days. It's very hyper-local. Some areas, if you're looking in certain locations, you still want to be ready to move fast, but you're not putting your foot down and mashing the gas pedal and going full acceleration. You're easing up a little bit, which is good. You want to look for leverage. You want to target opportunities in slower markets like Avon Lake and Lorain, where sellers may negotiate. So depending on your location of where you want to go, and I get it, there's clients I've worked with, there's clients I work with presently where they want specific school district, and that's perfectly fine. You just need to understand that it could take a little bit longer. You want to be strategic. Focus on homes with price drops. Builder incentives are huge right now. I cannot stress enough of how much they are giving out, and you can get interest rates 4.99, which is crazy. You can get interest rates at 5.25, and we're talking fixed 30-year rates on a brand new home. Mind-blowing. Plus, a bunch of different other incentives towards options. So, and then price drops, you want to look at that because that is potential, hidden gems that are out there. And then you also want to look at any off-market opportunities. All these are what you want to be focused on for the best value possible. So what does this mean for you sellers? You have to price it right. Today's buyers are informed, they're selective. Overpriced homes sit while properly priced homes sell quickly. Pricing it right, as I stated, in some neighborhoods, in some areas, is actually going below the comps of what is sitting there. It really depends, again, your situation and the location of your home is what that all boils down to. Presentation matters even more so than now. Whether it's professional staging or you stage it properly for your house, that will help. And just remember, if you're staging it, less is more. You don't want to overdo it. You want people to come into your house and feel as if they're at home and picture themselves living there. Photography. If your house is listed and your agent was using their phone, you need to go back to them and tell them to get professional photography. It doesn't work. First impressions are everything. Everybody is online looking at your house before anything. They are going to want to see the wow factors of stuff. Phones are great, don't get me wrong. These things are great. They shoot amazing video. They take great pictures. Not for a house. They always come up dark. They always come up a little bit oblonged or different. They don't fill the whole screen of the MLS because it's not the correct size. Professional photography every single time. No questions asked, non-negotiable. And target marketing are essential to standing out in a more selective market. What is target marketing? I use modern technology. I use AI systems to sit there and target marketing ads, whether it's paid ads, whether it's organic stuff through YouTube that you're watching this on now, or, TikTok, Instagram, all that sort of stuff. I hammer out AI. Why do I hammer out AI? Because it can actually pinpoint, I got the stuff in place where it could actually provide me data, real results of how to push out the properties that much more to the right buyers. That's the key. Location advantage. In hot areas like Westlake and Hudson, well-prepared homes can still attract multiple offers and premium prices. Now, that doesn't mean just Westlake and Hudson. Brunswick's the same way. Medina's the same way. Strongsville's the same way. Rocky River's the same way. Shaker Heights. Avon, North Ridgeville, Green. I mean, you name it. Every city can drive multiple offers. Are they going to drive premium prices? Maybe not. It really depends. Again, real estate is hyper local. Depends on your situation. If you want to know what your home could sell for in today's market, again, contact me. I'll give you custom price analysis tailored to your property. There's my contact information right there. I also got it linked in different areas. Now, if you want to get the full market breakdown that I just showed you, strategy guide, here's all my information. You can book the strategy call. The market favors the prepared. You don't want to be guessing this. You got to have your specific plan that is going to work in the current times. And I will give you all this stuff. No obligation. There is nothing to it. You need to be informed, whether you use me as an agent or not. I want you to be informed. It's the biggest decision you're ever going to make. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you are personally seeing out there. And if you want hyper local advice on your situation, got people just like you reaching out every single week. Contact me directly here or go in the description below. Use one of the links I have listed there. If you get found any value from this video whatsoever, be sure to smash the like button. It's greatly appreciated. And if you want to stay up to date with these monthly market reports or with the other tips, tricks, property tours that I have, be sure to click subscribe, turn notifications on, because you won't want to miss what I have coming down the pipeline.